Hello students, welcome to lecture of kinematics and theory of machine. Myself, Professor Shailesh Patel, and we are going to continue gear train. And in today's lecture, we will solve one more example of epicyclic gear.
Let's start this example. So first of all, what is new in this example? There is no figure given in this, so we have to make the figure or diagram, means which type of arrangement is there. So first of all, we have to read this given data first, and after that we will make so when you read this data, ignore the other data which are we use in during the numerical, like teeth and connection, what is fixed. Ignore that. We are reading this data only for making the figure. Okay, right now. So let's start. So first of all, what is given? Two shaft A and B are coaxial, means there are two shaft. Okay, uh, gear C has a 50 teeth rigidly mounted on a shaft A. So first of all, check this. This is the very complex data is there. So shaft A is there, and one gear is connected on that. The gear connected on this shaft A, this is the A shaft, and on that gear C is connected. So remember that always NA NA is equal to, we take the NA is equal to NC, because A shaft and gear C, okay, same RPM will be there for both. So NA is equal to NC. Okay, and after that let's start. So compound gear DE gears with a C. So DE is a compound gear, means single shaft and two gear D and E, which is with C, and integral gear E. Okay, let's check this. So first of all, remember this, what will be the arrangement, what can be the arrangement. So we don't know the number of teeth. So first of all, take this. This is the C. Okay, and one another gear which is, let's take it is a E or G. We don't know. Two gears which are coaxial, because compound, in compound there is a single shaft and two gear are mounted. So one will be E and one will be D. Okay, but we don't know which gear is connected to C and which gear connected to G. So first of all, we make the drawing like this. Okay, and this is the gear G. Okay, so C is here, G is here, but D and E, which is connected to which, we have to read this. D has a 20 teeth and gears with the C. So D is connected, so C, this is considered as a D. Okay, and E has a 35 teeth and gears with the G. Okay, so this outer will be E. So C is connected to D, D and E on a same shaft, and E connected to G. Okay, G is fixed and concentric with the shaft axis. The compound gear D is mounted on a pin which project from the key to shaft B. Okay, so check this. Compound gear D is mounted on a pin which projected from the arm, which is projected from the arm which is keyed to shaft B. Sketch the arrangement and find the number. So there will be arm also, here there will be arm. So this type of arrangement is there. Okay, check this and again read the data. So first of all, gear 2 shaft AB. So first of all, we have to also find the which shaft, which gear is connected to shaft, and we want to find this RPM of shaft. So all is not related right now. First of all, we want to make this figure. So you can see C is at the center, C is connected to D, D and behind E, and E is connected to G. So first of all, we will make the table for this figure without reading other data. Okay, let's start make the table. Okay, so we have figure and let's start the table. We know that first is a step number and condition. What is the first condition? Always arm, RPM of arm is 0 or fixed, and consider any one gear. We can consider C or G, whatever you want. C or G, any can be taken. We consider the C. So there is a C, and RPM for the C is equal to +1, and for arm there is a RPM is 0. C is connected to D. You can see here C is connected to D. So what will be the RPM of D? You know that driver upon driven. So driver is a C and driven is a D. So here will be TC upon TD. Okay. And what will be the inner last? What will be the inner last this column G? So check this. So you know that G is connected to E, and E and D on a same shaft. So you can see here D and E here. We don't need to put E in a different column. Some students make this mistake and they makes here one other column and put here the gear E. But you know that RPM of D will be same as E because both are on the same shaft. You know that we have written during the compound DE is equal to RPM of D is equal to RPM of E. So we don't need to make another column for compound. Wherever the compound gear is there, for both gear there will be single column. Okay, and RPM for both. Whenever we talk about the RPM of D or RPM of E, for both gear the value will be this. Let's start for the Z. G is connected to E, so RPM of G can be written as this. Okay, why this? Because for G driver is a E, so T E is a driver upon TG. But what will be the RPM of E? So you can write the minus TC upon TD. Okay, so we have to write the RPM from this point. In compound, remember that in compound, whenever you write the any gear after compound, you have to write the ratio or speed of this compound here. Okay. So first of all, always remember that first row is very important. If you make this first row without any error and understanding this diagram, there will be no other extra any requirement is there, because you easily make the second multiplying the x. Okay, only multiply the x. So 0 into x, 0, x minus x minus x. Okay, and for this sign you can check if C is rotating in a anti-clockwise, means positive, what will be the direction of E? Both will be negative, and this is internal gearing there. E is connected to G internally, so negative will be there for the gear G. Okay, so for both gear there is a for both gear there is a negative. Okay, and after that plus y and summation of row 2 and 3. Okay, up to this point. And now when the table is ready, we read the given data again and conclude the what is data given. Okay, so once again we read this data, given data, for write the data available for calculating the example. So first of all, two shaft A and B coaxial. Okay, so gear C has a 50 teeth, so we will write this down. C has a 50 teeth. Rigidly mounted on a shaft A means, remember that gear C, RPM of gear C is equal to RPM of gear A. Sorry, shaft A. DE is compound, C and internal gear G. D has a 20 teeth, okay. C and E has a 35 teeth. Both are same. Sorry, gear C. Okay, gear D has a 20 teeth and gears with a C. Okay, D has a 20 teeth. E has a 35 teeth and gears with the G. Okay, gear G is fixed, concentric with the shaft axis, and the compound gear D is mounted on a pin which is projected from the arm key to shaft B. Remember that what is meaning of this? Means RPM of arm is equal to RPM of shaft B. Okay, sketch the arrangement, find the number of teeth of G. Let's start the example and write down the given data which is given. So teeth TC and D 20, E 35. Which gear is fixed in this given data? So you can see gear G is fixed. So NG is equal to 0 and gear A rotate at a 110 RPM. So NA is equal to 110. Okay. Shaft A rotates at 110 RPM. But gear C is on that. Okay. So RPM of gear C and shaft A will be same. And here the no direction is given. So we take the positive value. Okay, let's start. So find the RPM of shaft B. Means RPM of shaft B is equal to arm. We have to find the RPM of arm. Okay, so let's check this. So first of all we have to find the teeth of this outer gear G. Okay, first of all we have to divide this gear system in half, and we have to find the relation between the radius. So check this. First of all, the radius of C plus radius of D plus radius of E, and this total can be possible as a radius of G. You can see here radius of C plus radius means half. We are going to up to this point. Radius of D, this is the D gear, and up to from this to ender point, outer gear, we consider the outer gear. So radius of E is equal to total radius. So we can write this as this: diameter by 2 means total half radius is means radius of G is equal to, okay, so you can write this, and diameter is replaced by the teeth, and now you know the teeth of 3 gears. You can find the teeth of G, which is 105. Okay, so now we will remember this teeth now for teeth of gear G, and it will be useful during our calculation. Now RPM is known, and we use the last row of our table, which is like this. Okay, okay, and we have this data. And what is this indicating? X plus Y. X is indicating RPM of arm, X plus Y indicating RPM of C or shaft A, and this is indicating RPM of DE, and this is indicating RPM of gear G. So we have to right now compare this. RPM of G is equal to 0. So we have this data, and RPM of gear C is equal to X plus Y. So we have this data. Using these two data, we have the equation for X and Y, and we solve that equation and find the X and Y. Okay, so here will be some equation y minus 5 by 6 x is equal to 0. Now again I will equalizing this formula with this, this x plus y, and you can say x plus y is equal to, so by eliminating any one element x or y, we can find the both element. X is equal to 60 and y is equal to 50. Whenever you find the x and y, you can find the any speed of any gear. Okay, so you know the x and y, we want to find the RPM of the arm. Okay, so RPM of the arm is equal to RPM of the shaft B, and which is equal to plus 50, because we have find this y is equal to 50 and y is equal to 50, so plus y means anti-clockwise direction speed of the shaft B. So remember that it is not that hard. Okay, we have to prepare table very carefully.